Welcome to the Job Loss Lifeline podcast, helping you protect what matters the most in your life, your family, home, and income. We will navigate you through the ever-changing world of work and prepare you for the unknown and unexpected in our unstable economy and uncertain future. I'm your host, Vincent Faulkner, and today we're tackling a need-to-know topic on how to prepare for a job loss, especially when you don't see it coming. What are the top 5 things you need to know to avoid financial harm before you lose your job? We know that the job market can be unpredictable and ever-changing, plus we have not seen how AI will affect the employment markets yet. Whether it's due to economic downturns, company restructuring, or shifts in the industry trends, losing a job is something many of us will face at some point in our careers. I have myself, just like many of you listening. But here's the good news. There are action steps you need to take today to minimize the impact of an unexpected job loss and financial harm it causes to not only you, but more than likely your loved ones that depend on you. So in the next few minutes, we will cover practical strategies for preparing financially, emotionally, and professionally for the unknown. Let's dive in with the number 1 financial aspect of job loss. One of the most immediate challenges after losing a job is the sudden gap or loss in income. To prepare for this, you need a solid financial cushion and a plan for your life. This doesn't happen overnight, but here's what you can do now to start building that financial secure future that you need and want. Let's get started with action step 1. Create an income protection plan prior to job loss, combined with asset protection plans and an emergency cash fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. An emergency cash fund is a priority, but not as important as using someone else's money to help you prevent financial harm from a job loss. Did you hear that? Use someone else's money to help you prevent financial harm from a job loss. Most people own personal protection plans like life insurance, homeowners insurance, health insurance, disability, and etc., which is what you should do to maximize your protections and minimize your costs. What most people don't do is plan for replacing their income from a job loss with someone else's money. You can use your emergency fund to cover your protection plan premiums and cost of living through your employment transition, but when you can do the same thing for pennies a day instead of dollars a day, why wouldn't you go ahead and do it? If there is any way for you to protect your income due to a job loss, that is the first step in avoiding financial harm from a job loss. Following the first step will give you breathing room while you're looking for new job opportunities and becoming unemployed. Moving on to action step number 2. Live your life today like you are losing your job tomorrow. Cut back on non-essential spending, another way to prepare financially. Review your monthly expenses and look for areas where you can reduce or eliminate costs. This will not only free up more money for your emergency fund, but it will also help you live more frugally if you ever need to rely on that fund for an extended period of time. Reduce your debt and cut back on expenses. In addition to building that emergency fund, reducing high interest debt and trimming unnecessary expenses can create more financial flexibility. Review your monthly spending and identify areas where you can cut back, whether that's dining out less, canceling subscriptions, or postponing large purchases. The more you can reduce your fixed expenses, the easier it will be to maintain financial stability when suffering a job loss. Now let's look at action step number 3, which unfortunately is one of the most overlooked and underserved areas of a job loss, which is our mental and emotional health care. Preparing for the unknown isn't just about your finances. It's also about preparing your mind and emotions to maintain quality mental health during a very stressful situation that can devastate your life and more. Losing a job, especially unexpectedly, can take a very serious emotional toll that can destroy people's lives, their families, and their future. But by developing emotional resilience now, you can handle the stress of a job loss with greater ease. Here's how to prepare emotionally for a job loss. One of the first things you need to do is create a mental support network when times are tough. Having a strong support system can make all the difference. Cultivate relationships with family, friends, mentors, your pastor, or your peers who can offer emotional support when you need it the most. You don't have to go through your career and your life with these challenges all alone. A support network provides perspective, encouragement, and advice that your entire family will benefit from. This is very important, so don't miss this. Make sure you have information in place to access mental health care if you have insurance. You need to know what happens to your insurance when you become unemployed. If you lose your insurance or you do not have any, make sure your asset protection plans that you invest in to use someone else's money if you suffer financial hardship has benefits included that will give you and your family access to care that you need during these times of financial hardships. We are at action step number 4 now. Stay proactive. It's okay to take a short break to process your emotions. Give yourself permission to grieve and reset before jumping into the job search full force. This time will help you clear your head and approach the career search with more clarity and determination. Do not surrender to depression or inactivity. You must stay active, looking for new employment, doing volunteer work, helping others, working part-time, or for a temp agency to control your time, looking for permanent employment while maintaining productivity and value in yourself. You must be organized with your time. Make a daily plan and follow it. It is easy to get lost in life if you allow it during times like these. I understand, as I have lived it, and want you to know how to be prepared for anything so you will rise above and overcome the situation. Always be grateful for what you have and where you are, because it can always be worse. Build your purpose with positive changes to overcome the unknown challenge you are faced with currently and maintain positive activity in your life. All right, we're going to wrap up this episode with action step number 5. Plan for your future before and after a job loss. This is the most vital thing you must do before and after a job loss occurs, is to plan for your future. You only get one future, and time is irreplaceable and the most valuable thing you will ever own. Whether you're employed or not, you should always have a plan for your better life. Always remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail at whatever you are doing. We have GPS devices, maps, signs, and other things that all point us in a direction to follow. As you have seen many times, by following your directions for your plan, you made it to the destination every single time. Life is the exact same way, regardless of what we are faced with. One of the most important decisions you need to make right now is the pursuit of the type of employment you are doing going to provide you the financial future you deserve and want? Or should you consider other options during this life transition, like starting your own business? Whether employed or you just lost your job, making a plan for your future is the second most important thing you can do to live your life you imagined and dreamed of. What's the number one most important thing you can do to live your life you imagined and dreamed of? It's real simple. Follow that plan. Even though you may make changes as you grow, you always follow a life plan. By being organized about your life, you maintain control over your life, not the world, that will help you in the next chapter of your life. Always remember, success is a plan followed by action. Preparing for a job loss is all about taking proactive steps to protect yourself financially, professionally, and emotionally. While you can't predict the future, these strategies will help you feel more in control and better equipped to handle whatever comes your way next. By building a strong financial cushion, staying connected with your network, and continually developing your skills, you'll be ready for any career challenge that's thrown your way. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of what are the top 5 things you need to know to avoid financial harm before you lose your job. I hope you're feeling inspired to dive deep into creating your life plan for success before and after a job loss. We hope we brought value into your life with today's episode. Be sure to share it with everyone. Thanks for listening, and now a brief word from our sponsor. Attention, all W-2 full-time employees, ages 18 to 60 years old nationwide. Get $3,000 in additional unemployment income if you lose your job, plus family health care and financial services benefits with this new national program now available to you. Find out more information and enroll today. Go to www.thejoblosslifeline.com or www.yourpaymentguardian.org. Until next time, America, this has been the Job Loss Lifeline podcast, helping you protect what matters the most in your life, your family, your home, and your income.